Oh, please.
I don't know about that, but I mean, it's just, come on, can we? I've never seen anything like this before. Has anyone done this before? Maybe Derek Jeter? I don't know. Why is he at a hockey game dropping a puck? I mean, first of all, here's the deal. The guy's got millions of dollars. Why is he even in Minnesota in February?
Hey, that's why we love him. That's what, because he stays true to his roots. He doesn't just move to Arizona like some people.
Yeah, well, you got to give it a try. This guy, I mean, do you think he hurt himself dropping the puck at all? You think the legs were a little wobbly, the violator?
Oh, man.
Play at all?
I wish you wouldn't have done that. Oh, Dave.
Well, it's gonna be a long year for baseball too. I mean, there's gonna be so many ceremonies, and so he is God, and it's wearing me down. It's February already. We haven't even gotten to baseball yet, and I'm getting really salty.
Yeah, and Zach Parise made a Twitter, and that was his first tweet. Did you see that?
Yeah, Zach. Yeah, did you see the picture of those two shaking hands?
Yeah.
Congratulating each other on their massive playoff wins and big contracts.
Oh, my gosh. They're the king of that. I mean, $98 million for Parise. And then what was it, 84? What was it for Matt? I forget what it was.
He got about 20. That was probably 10 years, $200 million. I think it's 19, 20 mil a year he was averaging, maybe more. I think it was 23, actually.
Yeah.
I don't know. Oh, man.
Something along the lines of that.
I just want to get over with it.
And spring training begins, and it's funny, this is some real juicy info. If you would have asked Dave what's his favorite team, and he is a Minnesota fan, we know that, but he likes to, bring out the negativity, and it's very easy with these teams, and he's taken a new approach to fandom. He's actually told me to do the same. His favorite team is the Twins, and pitchers and catchers reporting. Dave, let's get into a little Twins talk here.
Yeah, let's do it. I read a little snippet today on Twitter. At Fort Myers down there, they put up banners of, they like to put banners up of the popular players. That's kind of the new thing around the world now. Yeah. Here are the 5 players they put up this year. Now this is exciting. Nelson Cruz and Polanco. So there we got 2 guys who are ex-steroid users.
Yeah, I was going to say that.
Okay. Then they got Sano up there.
Ugh.
He's been accused of assault. He ran over a guy in a parking lot at 2 a.m. in, Mexico or wherever last year. He hit $1.99 last year. He's been a biggest disappointment since
Byron Buxton?
I don't know. Bombo Rivera? I don't even know how far back he got to go. In fact, he might be the biggest disappointment ever in a Twins uniform.
Hey, Buxton's pushing him.
Yeah, I'm going more with Sano just because of the things he's done outside of the kissing women and running over a dude. And so I'm going Sano at this point. He's hurt himself, tripping on a ball. So he's he's the third guy they have on there. Then the other popular, your guy, Max Kepler.
Yes, there we go, Max.
Yeah, he's a real solid individual. Hit .233 last year, and I haven't seen any improvement or advancement out of him at all.
He's the mini Justin Morneau.
Yeah. And the only legit guy they put up there was Rosario.
Oh, I love Eddie.
Why in God's name would they choose Sano and Polanco?
Yeah, I have no idea. I don't know why they would do that. It doesn't make any sense.
Now, they just gave Polanco the big bucks, 7 years, about $4 million, $3.5 a year. Just happened this morning. So I guess he's our guy.
Yeah, they just they did. You're right. They did just sign him. Let's go back to this real quick. Wouldn't you put on maybe Barreros? I thought Barrios is our best pitcher. That would kind of make sense.
Yeah, I would think so.
Maybe the promote the young guys. I know Nick Gordon, that shortstop, might play this year. He was our number 1 pick. Maybe throw him up there or Jonathan Schwope. Something like that. I mean, what are those picks, man? That's pretty crappy. Even Tyler Austin deserves to be up there. He was killing it towards the end of the year.
Right. Yeah, it's an interesting selection. I suppose it was it had to be a tough choice for him. I mean, no way were they going to put Buxton and Sano both up there. That would look really stupid.
Oh, my gosh. What are your thoughts on Buxton, real quick? Is he? When are you giving up on him? Because I feel like you have some bias in the Twins. I feel.
Well, I'm done with Buxton. I don't. There's something about his batting, his swing. Seems like it's too long and loopy for me. It doesn't seem like they've been able to correct it. I don't see the guy ever being a contact. These big strikeouts. Obviously, very gifted in the outfield. We don't need that. I mean, yes, he might make a couple of game-saving catches, but overall, his bat kills us. And I don't know. I don't have a lot of hope for him. I just don't. I don't see it all of a sudden a light bulb going on. I think it would have happened by now. And I think the Twins think that, their new manager, being younger, is maybe going to, try to get these guys to turn things around. I think that's what they're
Rocco Baldelli
going to have. Yeah, with the new younger coaches and stuff, they can relate maybe with the players. He should relate really well. I mean, considering Rocco could barely he played like 2 seasons and then he was done. So he should fit in really well with the injury thing. And too bad Mauer missed him. But
yeah, really, it would have been best buds.
I don't see Buxton ever really being a superstar.
No, I don't either.
There's no way.
2 more here before we let you go, because I've got actually a sports communication class at 12:30, so we're really pushing.
Wow, that's exciting.
Over-unders, okay? Twins, 84. That's a lot of games for this team. Taking the over or taking the under, Dave?
I'm taking under. I think it's going to be about 5 less than that.
Yeah.
They still don't have any pitching.
Yeah, I agree. Last year just completely took me back. I thought when they got to the wild card that this was a team that had some potential and there was a young team and finally starting things, putting things together. And then they take that step back. All right, last one here, Minnesota Wild. They're still in the playoffs, Dave. I don't know how in God's name they're still in the playoffs. The Western Conference is that bad. If you're a fan, okay, you are a fan. Let me ask you this. If you're me, do I want them to make the playoffs or do I want this thing to finally end?
I think you want it to end because it's getting old. I think it's going to be a tough call because Fenton's going to make a decision here if he's going to dump or not, and I think he has to. I just don't think. I don't want to see another, 8th seed. I don't think they're going to make it anyway, to be honest with you.
I don't think so either.
Chicago. If Phoenix or Arizona, I should say.
Arizona.
They got a shot to catch them. I just think they're not going to make it, but they're probably still going to be still in it with his trade deadline coming up. It's going to be interesting to see what he does. I hope they trade players and start over because this has gotten boring. It's been 4 or 5 years of this now. But it's going to be an interesting call by this Fenton clown. I don't know. He's either going to have to say it's over or not, and it's going to be interesting. What do you think he's going to do?
Very quickly, I think if you're Paul Fenton right now, you give it maybe next game because you have sort of, you have 2 winnable games. I think. Well, actually, I'm sorry. You did. You lost to Philly, and then you beat. Then you have who do they have?
New Jersey.
New Jersey. They have the Devils next, and then after that, I think it's the Blues. I think if you go 0-2 there, I think you sell. But I think if you win the Devils game and then you beat St. Louis, who is on fire right now, I think you say, all right, hanging around. What's the worst? Listen, what's the worst thing they got? You're going to lose in 5 games again. You're stuck with Suter and Parisi, okay? The one good thing about this season, Dave, is that your young guys are playing pretty well. Erickson next playing better. Greenway is actually very good. And Luke Cunnin scored a couple of goals these last few games. Your young guys are playing. That's the one thing I can say about this season. But other than that, I would sell. It's always a pleasure, Dave.
Yeah,
we will obviously get this consistently going. I know our guy Joe out there, I think his name is Joe Sacco. We'll give him a quick shout out on the Strom.
You can't live without me.
the Strom Sports Show. We'll get Dave on here consistently. It's been busy for him at work, so he's got.
I'm a busy guy.
He's got to make some time for us. All right, Dave. All right. Always a pleasure. We'll talk.
Bye-bye.
Now, if you've listened to the show, I'm not a big Timberwolf guy, okay? It's hard for me to buy into a team that consistently loses and consistently botches things upstairs, and really, it's hard for me to watch a team like that. But they have gotten watchable, okay? They have become watchable. Let me put it that way. I like what Ryan Saunders does. I love when Andrew Wiggins is out because they just look like a completely different team. And you like that the team is playing hard, even though they're on the outside looking in right now, about 4 games out of the 8 seed. But what I saw last night, like I said, recording on a Thursday, Wednesday night, Rockets, Timberwolves. James Harden comes in, he's hot. He's been unbelievable. Probably the MVP so far, unless, you can say Paul George, give or take. But James Harden comes strolling in. Timberwolves don't have Andrew Wiggins, who at this point, it's basically an upgrade at this point when he's out. And you have to appreciate, not just Towns, because Towns had a great game, okay? Teague had a great game. Rose was okay. Gibson, Saric, Dang. But the real story, and there has been some ups and downs, mostly downs in this season, the one positive you can take from this year, by far, is Josh Okogie. And he has become, honestly, the little Jimmy Butler minus the drama. You can make a case. And that was his comparable player. You know how they do those in, your NBA draft preview. They say, oh, here's his comparable player. It was Jimmy Butler. Okay, and obviously he doesn't have the skill yet, but you can definitely make the case that right now Josh Okogie is a poor man's Jimmy Butler. Number one, his energy on defense and his energy just on the court. It's just like when he comes on the court, he gravitates towards you. It's easy to cheer for guys like Josh Okogie. He plays with high energy, high effort. I mean, what he did yesterday, Towns said it. Our rookie became a man today. And I 100% agree with that. Josh Okogie has brought something to this team that really they've been lacking for years. You take away Butler, something they've lacked since Kevin Garnett. And that's passion on the defensive side. That's energy. That's a guy that just loves the game, and you can never, ever question his effort. And that's Josh Okogie, and he's done that. He's easy to cheer for. He's constantly giving maximum effort offensively and defensively. And he's not the most skilled guy offensively. I talked to his assistant coach at Georgia Tech, Eric Reveno. If you missed that, you can go back in the shows. He told me he's not the most skilled guy, okay? But you know what? He works his ass off. And he did it since he was a no-star recruit. Went to Georgia Tech, made a name for himself, finished top 5 in the scoring in the ACC, which is arguably the best conference in college basketball, getting drafted. And I'm first to say, I didn't want him. When they drafted Josh Okogie, I wanted Grayson Allen. I thought Grayson Allen would have fit the team. I loved Grayson Allen coming out of Duke. I liked the chip on his shoulder after all the drama that transpired at Duke. I loved Grayson Allen. I wanted him. But you know what? You got to give it to Thibodeau. Probably his best move, and he is long gone, thank God. By the way, you need to watch this guy on TV. Oh, my goodness. He's got to go through some type of class. My goodness. You need to go watch Tom Thibodeau when he's on The Jump or whatever he is on ESPN, The Countdown. Oh, my gosh. I saw a tweet. It said, Tom Thibodeau's a real natural. He's just staring at the camera and grinning the whole time. You know how, like, when people, when the camera's in someone's face, you say not act natural, and they can't act natural. They kind of look at the camera and they just smile the whole time and look at it the whole time. That's what Tom Thibodeau's doing. Nonetheless, Tom Thibodeau, best move probably in Minnesota was getting Josh Okogie. It was getting Jimmy Butler. But now you look at that trade. I mean, you basically traded Jimmy Butler for 55 games for Zach LaVine, Lauri Markkanen, Chris Dunn. That was his best move until Jimmy Butler turned into Jimmy Butler, I guess. But yes, Josh Okogie was a tremendous selection for this team. He fits the mold. He's a little young pit bull. He's a ball of energy, and he's bringing something. And yesterday, even though James Harden dropped 42 points, somehow it felt like an accomplishment. It felt like, you know what, Okogie affected him, and he did. I mean, he had a couple of plays. And James Harden does not get picked like this a lot. And he got cleanly swiped. And you don't see it often. He got cleanly swiped by Josh Okogie. He sat in the stands. He waited for Harden to cross over. He stuck his left hand right in the crossing lane. Boop. Pick. Coming down, gets fouled. He's making shots. He had 16 points yesterday. 3 rebounds, 3 assists. tremendous. 7 of 15 from the field, 2 of 6 from 3. Efficient.